So Orange finally broke the trend of making me cry every week for the last 3 weeks in a row. Kind of happy about that. However, it did not break the trend of me wanting to slap Naho upside the head. Jesus Christ, man. I just don't get how she doesn't understand some of these things. I mean, they're very simple, understandable physical cues. I mean, if a guy stretches out his hand to you, the fuck do you think he wants? At least give him a high five if nothing else. God damn it. So, I mean, that was hilarious. I did want to slap her in the head. I did want to laugh at her and kind of wished at that point Ueda had shown up and just punched her in the back of the head. But, you know, it's Naho. It's just who she is. She's not good with people. She's actually terrible at this whole thing. I am so glad that everybody else got a letter. And, yeah, it's really nice that all 5 of them got a letter, especially. I mean, if Naho had been the only one to get a letter, everything would have been fucked. Like, literally. She would have made things so much worse in that last episode when she just couldn't talk to Kakeru personally, like, properly. And that would have been it. That would have been it over. He would have killed himself and that would have been completely on her hands. However, with the other 4 all getting letters, it's so much better. Oh, and I love the interactions between the other 4 now as well. Azu and Takako are just pure love. I love their reactions to things. I love their facial expressions. I love the way that they just went in on Suwa. Just straight up, like, what's up with you and Kakeru? Just like digging into him until he finally admitted about the letter. And that's all they wanted. This is what I love about this group as well. Every one of them seems to want to push each other forward, rather than just coming out themselves and saying, well, I got a letter, you got one too, right? Even though they've figured out that other people have got letters, they keep reaching, they keep making it clear, but subtly, to make sure that their friends will then admit it first. It's one of those trust exercise kind of things. It's like, you gotta trust me before I can trust you. So I like that. And I like the bond that's building up between Azu and Hagita. Because I ship them so hard, it isn't even funny, man. Hagita is just so geeky and oblivious, but, you know, adorable in his own way. Funny. I like the way he gets bullied by the rest of the group. Even though, you know, he's probably the one that developed the time travel that he used to get these things back here, from how smart he is. And he's a fun guy. It's just, yeah, he's one of those very bullyable people that just takes it all in his stride. Azu is just pure love, constantly surrounding him, telling everybody else how good looking he is, but never actually acting on that herself, which I'm kind of sad about. I don't know why Hagita's got beef with her as well. I'm guessing they were very good childhood friends, and so they're doing this backwards and forwards of just continuously dancing around the idea of dating with each other. Seriously, that moment when Hagita went up to Azu and said, have you got time to hang out after school today? I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful that we were going to get a confession. And, you know, we just got more stupid running. Sad times, man. Nothing in this anime is going right. None of my one true pairings are getting together. But yeah, no, it's cute. It's adorable little interactions between the friends. They are definitely trying harder and harder in each episode. They're helping each other, supporting each other. I was really surprised to see we didn't get a proper future scene in this episode too. All we got was like a little clip of them all 5 holding each other's hands, like in the future as well as in the present. And I suppose that's nice. The idea that the friends you have in high school would actually be there 10 years later. I mean, that's incredibly rare. I have like 1 or 2 friends that I still talk to from secondary school. So the fact that they have that big group of friends that have stayed together for that long, have bonded so well. And I mean, they've been together even since before high school. It's just adorable. I love it. You only see that kind of shit in fiction, and I just really do like it. That they stayed that close after that much time. So I guess the one thing that's really getting to me in this anime is the Kakeru and Naho relationship. So don't get me wrong. It's not that I dislike Kakeru anymore. I am over that. Kakeru is adorable. He's lovely. He needs to be protected. But not by Naho, or at least not by dating Naho, because that relationship is doomed to so much failure. I mean, this whole episode, we had him collapse, and then the whole moment of like, oh, we're not dating, she's not my girlfriend, which was really soul-crushing as it was. I mean, she already knew she wasn't his girlfriend, but she didn't exactly, like, quell that mistake that her friends had had in their heads. She just let it go on until the point where it blew up in her face. But it's his whole logic here. The whole, oh, I don't want to date her because it might hurt her. So we're just going to stay friends, even though we clearly both love each other. Oh, my brain. What the fuck? But then everything that came after that as well. When they were like slightly being romantic. He was noticing the things that she was doing, staying a step behind him and whatnot. But then the lack of communication, man. The lack of communication is going to make these two hate each other so much. I mean, Kakeru just stretching out his hand and standing there for a good 5 seconds and then getting pissed off and walking away. It's so bad. All he had to do was say, do you want to hold my hand? And then she'd actually get it. Meanwhile, Naho should have recognized that fucking visual cue, but at the same time, you know, she doesn't. He won't suggest what he wants. So it's just a nice little horrible thing where both of these two are so bad at communicating with each other that they're just going to tear each other to shreds. They shouldn't be dating. They should just be friends. Ueda may have actually been better suited for Kakeru. Because Ueda would actually be in charge and pushing forward, and Ueda would have gotten that hand-holding thing. In fact, Ueda probably would have just grabbed his hand like weeks before this. Oh my god. So yeah, I really don't like the idea of Naho and Kakeru dating anymore. I do think Naho needs a boy like Suwa, who can actually put up with her craziness and understands how socially inept she is and is willing to support her with that. Meanwhile, Kakeru, you know, he's kind of broken himself. He needs someone who is confident in themselves. Naho is not that. Oh, so this is got to be really, really bad, really painful. I don't know if they'll deal with that whole idea that these two aren't actually suited for each other down the line, or if it will just be a thing where slowly Kakeru opens up more and slowly Naho builds her confidence and starts actually moving forward. Either way, just from basic personalities, these two would not work, man. But I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm looking forward to more sadness, more warm, fuzzy feelings. We'll see which one we actually get next week, or if we get a mixture of both. And I'm sure by the end of this series, it will be emotionally soul-crushing and making me cry like a bitch. So I'm looking forward to that too. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Naho and Kakeru's relationship. Suwa keeping everything together. Oh, and the Azu and Hagita cuteness. Let me know what you think about that. And just in general, what you thought about this anime. Because I think it is definitely getting better. They're cutting away some of the weirdness in the animation. The music is just suiting everything so perfectly. It's blending between scenes. I really like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this review, wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more. And I will see you guys next time.